Hello, hello. Thank you all for joining us today. We are here every Wednesday for our weekly webinar. Thank you. My name is Shoma Odikolo, and we'll move straight into our conversation of today. So today we're going to be discussing about the power of setting family goals, building a vision together. The power of setting family goals, building a vision together. So there is power in setting goals for our families. We need to build our vision together. So I'm going to leave us with some quotes before we move in to our conversation of today. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. So as a family we can do so much. We can do so much together as a family. A family that works together grows together. A family that works together grows together. A family that sets their goals, their vision together grows together. Families are like branches on a tree. We grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one. So it's very important for us to set our goals for our families, and we should do it together as a family. The strength of a family, like the strength of an army, is in its loyalty to each member. So the strength of our families is just like the strength of an army. So set your goal as a family, set your goal with your family, because it is very important. Even the Bible says one just shall chase 1,000, right? And two shall chase 10,000. So it's very important for us as parents to set our goals for our families and do it with our family, because two is greater than one. Then what are some of the benefits of we setting family goals? Why do we need to set family goals? Why is family goals setting a thing? One of the benefits we need to set our family goals is that it builds connection. Setting family goals builds connection because it encourages open communication and collaboration among family members. When you're setting your goal, there's communication, there's collaboration among family members. It builds connection among family members. So that is one of the reasons why we need to set our goals as a family. Another reason why we need to set family goals is that it promotes accountability, because everyone has a role to play in the family's success. Setting family goals promotes accountability because we are all accountable to the system of the family. We are accountable to someone in the family, because when you set it alone, somehow if you don't have anyone you're accountable to, you might not really work on achieving that goal. You might not put in the work. But when you set the goal as a family, everyone is accountable to the family. Everyone is accountable to the system in the family. Another benefit of setting family goals is that it fosters resilience. When we set family goals, it fosters resilience. It helps family members to navigate challenges together with a unified approach. So when we set family goals, it helps us to be resilient. It helps us to navigate challenges with a unified approach. So even while we encounter challenges, maybe in our goals, for example, maybe we're not able to meet the deadline, it helps us to walk through those challenges as a family. You have a system, you have accountability partners that will hold your hands together and support you while you walk through that challenge. So it's very important for us to set our goals as family because it fosters resilience. Even when we go through a difficult situation, we're not going through that situation alone, we're going through that situation with our family. Another benefit of setting family goals is that it enhances motivation. Shared goals provide a clear sense of purpose and progress. When we set family goals, it enhances motivation because as a family, when you come together and set your goals, everyone is motivated. Even your children feel they are part of the system. They feel they are part of the family. They want to contribute. They want to add their own quarter. Everyone is happy. Everyone is motivated. Everyone feels like, okay, this family is headed somewhere. This family is going somewhere. There's this sense of joy. There's this sense of happiness. Like, okay, we're living for a thing. We have the goal. We're achieving something. We're going somewhere. So one of the benefits of we setting family goals is that it enhances our motivation as a family. So what are the steps we can use to set our family goals? Number one, we have to reflect on our family values. We come to values again. The truth is that the importance of values can never be overemphasized. It is very important for us to have our values as a family, because values is what we stand for. Values is what will differentiate us from other people. When you have a value, it's like you have a shield that protects you. When you don't have a value, it's like a city without walls. So we need to sit down and set our values. So sit down in your home. What do you believe in? And your value should be clear. It should be clear to your children. It should be clear to everyone that comes in contact with you. People should be able to see you and say, okay, no, I think this family, this is what they believe. This family believe in this. What are your values? What do you hold dear to your heart? What do you believe in so much? So one of the steps in setting our family goals, we have to reflect on our family values. So discuss what matters to you most as a family. So as a family, what matters to you most? Is it your faith that matters to you? Is it your education that matters to you? Is it your health that matters to you? Is it your community that matters to you? Is it leadership that matters to you? So what matters to you most? Because that is the first place, that is the first step in setting our goals. We have to reflect on what matters to us most. We have to reflect on our values. And the truth is that people have different values. Some people, what matters to them most might not be what matters to the other person. Some people, faith might matter to them most. Some other people, it might be love. Some other people, it might be education. Some other people, it might be health. Some other people, it might be community. So focus on yourself. Sit down. What matters to you most as a family? What are your values? We have to also understand our mission. Where are we going to as a family? Where are we headed to as a family? What do we want to achieve? Where do we see ourselves next year? Where do we see ourselves in years to come? We have to sit down and think and write it out as a family. What matters to us? Where are we going to? What is our vision as a family? Then the step 2 in setting our family goals is that we need to identify long-term and short-term goals. So what are our long-term goals? What are our short-term goals? What are the goals we want to achieve in 5 years to come? What are the goals we want to achieve in 10 years to come? What are the goals we want to achieve this week, next week? What are the goals that are immediate? We need to sit down and discuss this as a family. For example, long-term goal can be saving for a family vacation, saving for a family project. Short-term goal could be having weekly family meetings or having weekly game nights. So we need to sit down and craft our long-term goal as a family and our short-term goal. It is very important. The next step in setting our family goals is that we need to make our goals smart. What does it mean for our goals to be smart? Our goals need to be specific. It needs to be measurable. It needs to be achievable. It needs to be relevant, and it needs to be time-bound. Our goals need to be specific. So you need to be specific on what you want to achieve. You don't say something that is so broad. So you need to specify what you want to achieve. For example, you want to achieve your child reading. You want to read with your child 15 minutes every day. You want to work on reading a book. You want to read one book a week, or you want to read a page of a book every day. So you need to be specified. You need to be specific as regards your goal. Then the second thing, is this goal measurable? What can I use to measure the success of this goal? What can I use to measure if I am achieving this goal or not? What is that point? What is that basis I'm going to use to say, okay, I think as at now, I am able to achieve that goal? That is why it needs to be, oh, thank you, sir, for joining us. That is why our goal needs to be specific. Because when your goal is specific, you'll be able to measure it. For example, if I have a goal that I'm going to be reading a page of a book every day, it's measurable, because if I'm reading a page of a book, I can measure it and say, okay, Monday I read, Tuesday I read, Wednesday I read, or you can say, okay, I did not achieve my goal, because it is specific. So our goals need to be measurable. Your goals need to be achievable. Set goals that you can achieve. Don't set goals that will demotivate you. Don't set goals that you know, okay, because everyone is setting this goal, let me also join them and say, no, start from where you are. Start from your level. Set what you know you can achieve. Not something that will make you not to work hard. Not something that will make you not to want to do better or improve. But just start from your level. Set goals that are achievable. Then set goals that are relevant. What are the things that are relevant to you? It still draws us back to our values. As I said earlier, goal setting starts from our values. Goal setting starts from what we believe in as parents. So it needs to be relevant to our values. It needs to be relevant to us. Your goal needs to be relevant to you as a person. Your goal needs to be relevant to you based on what you believe, based on the things you hold dear to you. You can't set a goal that is not relevant to you. You can't set a goal that is not relevant to your value system as a family. You can't set a goal that is not relevant or related to your personality. So your goals have to be relevant to you. That is why you need to sit down and craft your values. Craft what you believe in, because everything starts from our values. Then our goals need to be time bound. Yes, we need to have time for our goals. We need to have time. We want our goals to be achieved. You don't set a goal and say, okay, I want to be successful whenever. No, that is why it needs to be specific, because when it is specific, you know it has a time. For example, if I have a goal that I'm going to read one book a week, I know that when it's the end of the week, I should have read that book. So it's time bound. I can measure it. I can see that, okay, I'm achieving my goal. So our goals have to be time bound. You don't set goals that are not time bound. You don't set goals that, okay, I'm going to read my book. No, reading my book is not a goal. You're just being vague with your goals. So if you must set your goals, if we must set our goals as family, our goals have to be smart. Our goals have to be specific as family. Be specific in your goal. You can start from the little things. You can set goals for your children that are just little. You can say, okay, I want to improve my child reading 15 minutes every day. I want to improve on my child public speaking every day. I'm going to read a book to my child, or my child is going to read a book to me. You know, be specific in your goal. Your goal should be measurable. You should be able to measure whether you're achieving it or not. Your goal should be achievable. Your goal should be relevant to you, to what you believe in, to your values as a person. Your goal should be time bound. Then the other step in setting our goals is assign roles and responsibilities. As a family, assign roles and responsibilities to every member of the family. So as a parent, don't just sit down and set these goals without involving your children. Carry everyone along. Every member of the family should contribute. Every member of the family should feel a sense of, okay, I also contributed in setting this thing. So engage every family member in contributing to the goal. Engage your children in goal setting. Assign roles, assign responsibilities. The truth is that when you even assign these roles and responsibilities to your children, you're also building other skills in them. You're building skills like leadership. You're building skills like problem solving or critical thinking. There are other skills you also build when you get your children and every member of the family involved in goal setting. Don't set your goal and come and impose it on your children. No, they might fight back, especially when you have teenagers. Don't set your goal and want to impose it on everyone living with you. Everyone living with you should be involved. Okay, I can see if I set a 7-day goal to read a book each day, I miss a day in between the 7 days reading period. What should I do? Okay, that's a question. So if you set a 7-day goal to read a book each day and you miss a day in between the 7 days, what should you do? The truth is that you start from where you are. When you fall down, when we make mistake, we get up, we dust ourselves, and we continue. And you have to sit down and ask yourself, why did I make this mistake? Why did I miss reading my book on a particular day? What happened? Is it that I did not plan my time well? Is it that I did not manage my time well? Did I use that time I was meant to read a page of a book to scroll through social media? Did I use that time for something else? So you need to even sit down and ask yourself, why did I not read my book? Did I wake up late? Why did I wake up late? Did I sleep late? What happened that made me sleep late? Was I stressed? Was I tired? How can I do better? What can I do next time to ensure I don't skip reading my book for a day or as I've planned it? So when you make a mistake, when you don't achieve your goal, you don't just sit down and say, okay, oh, I did not achieve it. No, 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 no. Some of us will say, what's that thing we usually say? Some people will say, I can't come and kill myself. I can't kill myself. It's just a language of excuse. So when you make a mistake, when you don't achieve your goal that you've set for yourself, sit down and reflect. Why did I not achieve my goal? What happened? What did I do? How did I contribute in me not achieving this goal? When you sit down, when you understand what you did and the role you played, then you ask yourself, what can I do better next time? And you continue your journey. You extend grace to yourself, be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, continue your journey and ensure you don't make that same mistake again. I hope I answered that question. I hope I was able to, to help. Yes. So the next step in setting our goals, as I said earlier, assign roles and responsibilities. So engage every family member in contributing to the goal. The children should be able to contribute, because when they also contribute, they can track process. They can track their process when they are involved in the process of goal setting. Then step 5 in setting our goals, we have to celebrate our wins together. As a family, learn to celebrate baby steps. Learn to celebrate little progress. Learn to celebrate little effort. Don't wait till you get everything 100% before you celebrate your process. No, that is a way of we giving excuse for our inaction. Most times we give excuses. Most times we wait. We say, okay, no, I will not celebrate till I achieve this. My child did not get 100%, so I will not celebrate till this child get 100%. If I celebrate now, this child will now not want to work hard. No, that is just a deceit from the devil. When we hold, it's just a way of the devil making us hold our joy. So we don't focus on what we have now. We focus on what we want to have. So learn to celebrate your wins. Even if you made mistake, celebrate it. Celebrate the fact that you even know you made mistake. Celebrate the fact that you are even aware you made mistake. Do you know some people make mistake and they are not aware? Some people will even make mistake, and when you try to tell them, they don't want to hear. They don't even want to learn. So even when you make mistakes, celebrate it. Celebrate your wins together as a family. Don't wait till the situation is perfect. Don't wait. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for the clarity. Yes, you're welcome. Don't wait till the situation is perfect. Don't wait till everything is 100% before you now say, okay, no, now is the time to celebrate. The truth is that when we wait for that time, we might wait for long, and that time might never come. So what are those things as a family you're meant to celebrate, but you've been holding it? You can see that your child has progressed from maybe reading 1-letter word to reading 2-letter words. Have you celebrated that win? Or are you waiting for your child to pick up a whole book and start reading before you celebrate progress? No, let's celebrate your wins as a family. You move from point A to point B. You celebrate it. Your child has made a little effort. Your child could not wash the dish, but your child can wash the dish even though it's not clean. Celebrate the wins. So we should get to this point of celebrating our wins as a family. Recognize and reward progress to maintain motivation. Recognize the progress in your children. Don't say, oh, if I tell my child that she tried, she did well, she'll not even, her head will be big, she'll not want to work hard. No, that was a lie that was told to most of us. But we need to do away with all those things. Learn to celebrate your win as a family. Recognize and reward progress to maintain motivation. So there are different goals we can have for ourselves and for our families. Some of the goals we can have for ourselves could be financial goals. So what are your financial goals? What are my financial goals? Because obviously I am talking to myself. What are my financial goals? Financial goal could be, okay, what goals do I have as regards maybe for example saving or budgeting? What are the goals as regard budgeting for school, budgeting for a project? So what are your financial goals? What are your health goals? What goals do you have for yourself as regards your health? Are you planning to eat healthily? Are you planning for, to maintain or inculcate good eating habits? Are you planning to exercise well and exercise together as a family? What are these goals? What are your spiritual goals? What are the goals you have as regards praying together as a family, serving God, attending church, having a personal relationship with God? What are these goals? You need to plan for them. You need to write them down. What are your relationship goals as a husband, as a wife? What goals do you have for yourself? Oh, I'm talking to myself. What goals do you have for your relationship? You need to plan for it, because when you don't plan for it, you just leave it that way, and you might, when you fail to plan, as I said, we plan to fail. So we need to plan. You need to plan for your fun goals. Yes, there should be fun in the home. Most of us, oh God, fun is out of our dictionary. I wasn't talking to myself. Most of us don't have fun in our home. Most of us carry the problem of this world on our head. When we come back to the house, we are complaining of one thing or the other. Everybody is not happy. The atmosphere is tensed. We are complaining of the world. We are complaining of the society. We are complaining of the government. We are complaining of everyone. We are complaining of our children. We complain and complain and complain. No fun in the home. No joy in the home. We should plan for our fun. We should plan for how we're going to be happy, how we're going to stay sane as a family. So what fun goals do you have? Do you have plans of traveling to the next state, to visit a family? Do you have plans of taking a walk together, going out for a visit? Do you have plans to watch movie together? Do you have plans to cook together? Do you have plans to bond together? Do you have plans to sit down and play games? Do you have plans to sit down and play local games, outdoor games? You should plan for it, because when you don't plan to, when you fail to plan, when we fail to plan, we plan to fail. So it is very important we write down our goals, we write down our vision. Don't plan in your head. Don't do mental planning, because when you plan in your head, you might forget. Remember what the Bible says in Habakkuk 2 verse 2. Write the vision, make it plain, so he may run who reads it. So write your vision, make it plain, so that anyone that sees your vision will run with it. So what are your visions for yourself and for your family? Write it down. Don't keep it in your head. Write it down, so that your family, your children, everyone that enters your home understands where you are going to as a family. So it is very important for us to remember or to take cognizance of the benefits, why we need to set goals for our families and why we need to do it together. Then lastly, we need to overcome some challenges. What are some of the challenges we as parents encounter, or we as a family encounter? One of the challenges we encounter is lack of time. Most of us, we might say, okay, I don't have the time to sit down. But the truth is that anything that is important to us, you must find a way. If something is important to you, you will find a time. So how can we find the time? Schedule weekly family meetings. So you can have family meetings to discuss your progress. You can have family meetings to discuss on your goals. You can have family meetings to plan. Another thing or another challenge we have as parents in setting goals or as a family is conflicting priorities. We have different priorities. How can we solve this challenge? Find compromises that align with shared values, so it still goes back to our values. We have to compromise. We have to get to this level ground of, okay, what is acceptable based on our values. Then we as a family, we need to remind ourselves of our goals. We need to remind ourselves what we need to do, because the truth is that when we do it together as a family, we hold ourselves accountable. Everyone has a way of reminding each other. So it's important for us to be aware of those challenges and what to do when we encounter these challenges. Then in summary, our call to action: what are you going to be doing differently? I encourage us to do something differently. And one of the ways we can start to do something differently with our family is to hold a family meeting. Not a family meeting of judgment, not a family meeting that you judge your children and judge everyone. No, it's a family meeting where people come together, sit down, talk about things, negotiate, and start to set your goals, start to set your values, start to set your plans for your family, start to discuss where you are headed to, where you are going to, what you want to achieve as a family. And when you do that, you hold yourself accountable and you begin to work on your journey. So that is it for us today on our weekly webinar. How was it for you in one word? Can you drop it in the comment section? What was this? How was this session for you? What have you learned? What are you going to be doing differently from today as regards your values, your goals, and everything we have talked about? So while we do that, I would like to remind us that we have our book launch tomorrow, Thursday at 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. So I invite you to join our book launch using the same link on our group, Becoming the Renewed Parent. I also invite you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Becoming the Renewed Parent. And please, you can still pre-order my book, Becoming a Renewed Parent. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. So, okay, have we got any comments? Have we got any questions? Have we got anything to say as regards our session for today? Okay, I can't see any question, I can't see any comment. So thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate your time. I'm grateful for your time. So till I come your way next time, okay, next week is Christmas. So till I come your way next year, yes, till I come your way next year. Do have a good day, do have a great day. Thank you and bye.